The Council of the Galaxy sat in its grand chamber. Each representative was situated high above, in their individual alcoves. A mixture of doubt and curiosity was etched across their faces. In recent cycles, several unidentified signals had surfaced from the outskirts of human civilization. No one thought it was worth looking into. For now, they referred to it as the Supernova fleet. A counselor, adjusting his robe, spoke in hushed tones. There are rumors that the Terran species has developed a new kind of warship. Another council member sneered, barely holding back a laugh. Humans? From the Cordon sector? We're discussing a species that only recently achieved interstellar travel. Warships of substantial quality would be beyond their ability. A small laugh rippled through the chamber, but a few members remained eerily quiet. One such individual was Counselor Drix, a diplomat from afar. He had known someone who served in Terran space, someone who had witnessed humanity's unconventional methods, their perseverance under pressure, and their extraordinary talent for innovation. Drix's tone was firm. They have adopted technologies beyond what we previously understood. These supernova ships deserve closer examination. His words were met with scoffs. Absurd. Another alien exaggeration. Even their most powerful ships would be laughable compared to ours, one counselor retorted. Despite the contemptuous comments, a hint of tension lingered in the air. Eventually, the council agreed to dispatch a small scouting fleet, a minimal mission to collect data and report back quickly. Hours later, the scouting fleet slipped into the vast silence of space, approaching the border of Terran territory. The quiet was almost palpable as they activated their sensors, scanning for signs of the so-called supernova fleet. What they found sent a shiver through the team. They had expected rudimentary vessels, perhaps primitive plasma cannons or basic shield tech, but what appeared on their screens defied expectation. Before them drifted strange ships with an unsettling, pulsating glow, each one radiating energy as though containing a fragment of a star. Their designs were almost organic, alive, with faint energy fields shimmering around them. "Are you seeing this?" a scout whispered, his voice trembling. The live feed from the fleet was transmitted directly to the council chamber. Counselors squinted, leaned forward, and exchanged uneasy glances. "The humans have cloaked their ships in energy fields," someone muttered. "Fields that interfere with scanning attempts." Each Terran vessel radiated controlled energy, flashing and surging in patterns that defied known technology. "This isn't shielding. It's something entirely different," another whispered. The first signs of unease crept into the council, as the scouts reported strange anomalies, sluggish controls, intermittent communications, and subtle system failures. The captain of the scouting fleet attempted to send a standard hail. "This is the Galactic Council scout fleet. Declare your intentions and stand down." The Terran ships remained silent, their eerie glow the only response. "Identify yourselves, or this will be considered an act of aggression," the captain demanded, his voice now edged with urgency. Still, the Terran ships did not respond. Instead, in a coordinated motion of unnerving precision, they repositioned, aligning perfectly, with the scout fleet's every move. It was as if they were studying each ship with exacting detail. The captain's heart raced as he realized the gravity of the situation. These weren't crude vessels. This was calculated, strategic. A scout muttered, "Are they even crude? Or are these automated?" Before anyone could answer, the Terran ships made another move. Slowly, deliberately, they surrounded the scouts, cutting off every possible route of escape. The captain's voice faltered as he gave the order to retreat, but it was too late. The Terran fleet had anticipated their every move, sealing off all exits with surgical precision. "What do they want?" a junior officer whispered, his voice barely audible. The answer came moments later. A single message appeared on the fleet's systems, bypassing all security protocols. "This is your only warning." The words hung in the air like a death knell. No further explanation, no negotiation, just an ultimatum. The council chamber fell silent as the message was read aloud. Drix's grim expression confirmed what they all feared. This was no bluff. Humanity had spoken, and they expected to be understood. The scout fleet was forced to retreat, humiliated without a single shot fired. The Terran ships maintained their eerie formation, watching in silence as the scouts fled. Back at the council chamber, the live feed replayed the encounter on an endless loop. Uneasy whispers filled the room. Drix finally broke the silence. This isn't the act of a primitive species. This is strategy, precision, and they succeeded without hostility, but with a finality none of us can ignore. The council members sat in stunned silence, their confidence shattered. The humans had proven one thing beyond any doubt. They weren't to be underestimated. Some desired instant retribution, while others suggested secret observation. However, all felt a reluctance or underlying apprehension to push humanity even harder. Their arguments heated up to a furious level. The lights in the council room dimmed, indicating the arrival of a transmission. The Red-Tan fleet was the source, commanding the attention of all councils. The participants froze as the transmission materialized in the air, a glowing, faceless lettering in stark white format. We cautioned you about using the dark screen. Stay away. The phrase reverberated, carrying a serenity that was sharper than any threat. Our ships are not here to pose harm. Discuss your ongoing presence carefully. The council will not tolerate further intrusion. Leaning forward, the council members were transfixed. You persisted in questioning our strength, our determination. We have shown patience, but be aware, this is one of our Supernova ships. A single vessel is enough to annihilate any fleet that poses a threat to us. The room fell silent as the weight of these words sank in. The council's long history had never encountered a fleet with such claims. Ships capable of obliterating whole armies, let alone causing destruction on this scale. They're simply bluffing, one counselor whispered to himself. Yet, uncertainty was evident in his tightened expression as he glanced at his less assured peers. The humans had shown no signs of dishonesty before. If these vessels truly contained the power of a supernova, the precision and restraint they displayed were nearly terrifying. As if addressing their doubts, the Tan's message continued. We have the means to defend ourselves beyond anything you can fathom. We've harnessed the concentrated energy of stars. Respect our limits, or we'll demonstrate exactly what a supernova ship can do. One by one, the counselors began to grasp the implications of these words. The galaxy had seen planet-destroying weapons before, but the harnessing of a star's power was operating on an entirely different scale. Even the most skeptical among them started to falter. A tone of agreement began to emerge among the more experienced members. They acknowledged humanity's nuanced strategy, refusing to conquer or negotiate, yet delivering an ultimatum so calm it left no room for debate. The council leader attempted to respond, his voice steady despite his discomfort. We are prepared to respect the boundaries of the Terran fleet. However, we need to understand. Are you truly ready to act? In response, a new feed illuminated the screens. It displayed a barren stretch of space, followed by the gradual emergence of a supernova ship. The vessel exuded a restrained but overwhelming vitality, its core pulsing like a heartbeat. For a moment, it simply hovered, as though inviting the council to comprehend the full magnitude of its existence. Then, a beam of light erupted from its center. The beam gained ferocity as it traveled, eventually striking a nearby asteroid. The blast eclipsed anything the council had ever seen. Within seconds, the asteroid was obliterated, leaving only a faint trace behind. Silence engulfed the room. The council members couldn't ignore the magnitude of what they had witnessed. The message continued, piercing the startled quiet. What you just saw is but a fraction of our capacity. This is your second and final warning. Trespass again, and we will not display such restraint." One counselor murmured, "Restraint." Another added, "They're holding back." That's what's terrifying. The implications were clear. Humanity possessed an incomprehensible power, wielded with surgical precision. They had not only demonstrated their might, but had mastered the art of control. The council leader, visibly shaken, finally spoke, his tone softened by awe. "We acknowledge the Terran fleet and respect your boundaries. This council will comply." The transmission ended. The screen went dark, leaving the council in stunned silence. Humanity had drawn a line, not with conquest or diplomacy, but with an undeniable assertion of power. The Supernova ships were not just weapons, they were a statement. One by one, the counselors left the chamber, each burdened by the realization that the galaxy's power dynamics had shifted irrevocably. Humanity was no longer an unknown fledgling species. They had become a force to be reckoned with, an empire defined by restraint, yet capable of annihilation. The Supernova ships remained on silent patrol at the edges of Terran space, a constant reminder of humanity's unyielding resolve. The galaxy watched, knowing one truth. Humanity's determination burned as brightly and as unrelentingly as the stars themselves.